Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors on this Monday morning. Got a big show lined up. But first, our weather, and most of the bad weather is out of here. Looks like a pretty decent week. It's not going to be quite as hot. In fact, today's only going to get 88. Our weather brought to us, of course, by Panhandle Technical Center. Sure enjoyed having Alex Murphy last week, and there's all great programs there at Panhandle Technical Center. High is going 88, below 79. Water temperature is 87 degrees. Been pretty steady the last couple of weeks. Our moon phase, our Monday moon phase, brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it outside with Mountain Dew. We got a full moon coming up Wednesday night. I know you saw some this weekend, and last night I saw it. It's just cool looking moon, and it was just going to be the July full moon, and the next will be the August moon. So we're in good shape as far as that, and I know all kind of exciting things happen around the full moon. So be aware of what's going on in outdoors. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, July the 15th. Can you believe July is halfway over? Strong tide today, strong tides all week. The high tide is 8:23 this morning, and low tide tonight is 7:35. So these morning tides this week, going to be some really good fishing. I promise you that. The water's going to be up in the bay system. It's going to be up in the grass, and there's going to be some nice redfish caught, some nice trout caught. I can guarantee you this week it'll be some really. These guides are just finally maybe get out and take some people out fishing, and hopefully you can go. Also, the marine forecast is going to aid it. Also, it's going to come straight out of the south at 11. So pretty windy, and it's going to be blowing the water up on the bank. So it's going to have some good high tides. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hope you're planning some good outdoor activities coming up the rest of the summer. I know some of y'all have had your vacations. Some of y'all will be taking it pretty soon. Usually the last week or two of July, the first week of August, that's when the majority of Americans seem like take vacations. I know as a kid growing up, my dad would always get the first week of August off, and we'd always head for the mountains, and I always remember that. It was always a wonderful vacation up around Cherokee and Gatlinburg, and my brother and I just got in that water. We were freezing. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. I got a sort of a conglomeration of different pictures outdoor and some other things too. This first picture, this is cool because this is at my house. And if you look on the left side and you see all that straw and all, that's been a nest now, okay? I've been watching it for over a month. And it's right outside my side of the house over there, so it's pretty isolated. It's up high. And I've watched the mom sit on the eggs now for a couple of weeks, and the babies were born last week. And you can see they're looking at me. They're not quite sure because it's pretty close to my back door. Sometimes I open it. But anyway, it's been fascinating watching these baby dove and all up in that nest. And they've flown the coop. I didn't see them yesterday. I think they're gone now. They're strong enough to get on out of there. Okay, that's one picture. Now, check this out, okay? This is a truck flying past me on the Lynn Haven Bridge, okay? I've been talking about these big old trucks and everyone coming toward it. But I want to show you now, because I'm breaking the law, don't tell on me. Look at my speedometer on the right. I'm going 60 miles an hour on the Lynn Haven Bridge, or the Southport Bridge, whichever way you're coming from. And look at this moron next to me. He passed me. I saw him coming in the rearview mirror. He's got to be going between 75 and 80. And I just, I tell people how bad the driving is. It scares me when I see a white dual wheel pickup truck with a Texas license plate. I just start slowing down and trying to get off another road. Because these folks here, they think they own the area, and I know. I just want to show you this picture because a lot of people say, well, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, but on a daily basis, it's been terrible. And it's going to be, sooner or later, somebody's going to get really hurt. No one, I have yet to see a law enforcement officer with the lights pull anybody for speeding. It's been my understanding, I've been told by some of the folks that know, that they've been told not to stop these construction, big old trucks and all, just let them do the thing and they'll get out of the way and let them get our place back to normal. So anyway, it's not a good situation. It's not a healthy situation, it's not a safe situation. So drive defensively and watch out for fools like this that are driving a truck, okay? That's just the way I feel about it. Now I'm gonna keep talking about it too till it settles down. Tess Randall Jolly, our good friend who's a top photographer in SEOPA, Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. Tess and her husband live up there in northern Alabama, and they do a lot of outdoor stuff. Look what she just wrote down. 16 rattles. Now 16 rattles, that's huge, folks. 16, look at that. 16 rattles. It was a timber rattler, and what it was, they have this pin here on the end, and that rattlesnake was just waiting to get something to eat right there because he knew he was going to be trapped. And she's encountered 5 moccasins, 2 timber rattlers, and a copperhead this past month. So watch your step, especially around open areas where the trap and all is. But that's a monster right there. And Tess just had another one of her photographs on the cover of the National Wild Turkey Federation. She's been a lot of cover girl on that as far as getting pictures out. The Offshore Classic at Mexico Beach now, that's coming up like weekend after next. It's a 2-day Offshore Classic, and its first place is 1,100. Okay, wahoo, dolphin, and king mackerel. And that's going to be a good tournament. We fished that one before, and it's a great time to get back in. That's the 15th annual one, $200 entry fee. Be right there at Mexico Beach Marina. Go to the weigh-in if nothing else. The grand prize winner, they're going to decide what to do on that. Okay. Let's see, we got the birds. Jackie Wingate sent this picture. I'm going to zoom in on it. You're looking now at the north end of the picture is Lake Seminole. And then that's a dam right there. That dam was built in 1958 for, of course, electricity and all in the area. But that area where Lake Seminole, all kind of rivers converge, the Spring Creek, the Chattahoochee, and the 3 or 4 rivers converged, and it made a perfect place. That was there was some Indian burial grounds and all kind of stuff in there, and when they dammed it up. Now the bridge at the bottom of the page, the big bridge that goes across it, that's US 90. The little bridge underneath it is what they call a Victory Bridge. It was built after World War I. That's why they called it a Victory Bridge. It's only part of the way, you really can't do much on it. They've actually shot movies, scenes off that bridge. Wesley Snipes was there. They ran cars off of it and done all kind of things. But that's a unique area. This is Chattahoochee on the right, Sneeze and Grand Ridge, Mariana's on the left there. But Lake Seminole is a beautiful lake, and it was got all kind of natural beauty and also a lot of history behind it. So I want to show you, thank you for sending that, Jackie Wingate, okay? Let's see, I may have that's just another picture of it. And here's some rods that were stolen, sent to, I hate to see it, $250, and go to the Bay County Land-Based Fishing Club. So if you've seen a rod and reels like this, that's some good equipment right there. A custom-made rod, you can see the colors on it, and some low-life, not doing much. Okay, so anyway, let's go and take our break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Got all kind of things to go over. Got a big week planned, and I know all kind of, this is a hot part of summer. We're actually in the dog days of summer. That happens around July 15th and goes on through about middle of August. That's about a month, and it's named after the dog star Sirius, and it goes back to the Greek mythology and all. And it really is. It's just hottest part of the summer, and it's interesting looking at history and all. But it's a fascinating time. It's more hot and humid right now than any time of the year. So people talk about the dog days of summer, and that's what they're talking about. This period that we're going into right now. we got all kind of information and try to pass it on to you. Some of it's interesting as far as an outdoorsman. It sort of helps you keep up with anything. I did want to mention, I'm going to read the email tomorrow I got from one of my viewers that's talking about they've closed the place up in Apalachicola National Forest. Their families camped there for, I want to say, over 50 years, and they've closed a campground at Whitehead Lake, and I'll show it to you on Google Earth a little bit later. But they've closed it up because they found some Indian artifacts. Now, this family's been camping there like 50-something years, and now they can't go camping there because they found some Indian artifacts. I can understand that. but how in the world can they put a dam up and we got all those Indian burial grounds out there, and they flood them, you know, and then all of a sudden they won't let you put a post hole digger because you might hit an arrowhead in a campground. And this is they've been doing it for 50-something years, so it's fascinating to me. And we're going to try to get to the bottom of this, why they can't let a family camp there. And because you can go in there and spend about 2 days and get everything out of there, and then they could have done that a while back. Anyway, I'm going to check with the Park Service and all, with the Apalachicola National Forest, and find out what's going on. It's going to be interesting. Now, let's move on. I wanted to share this conversation with you, this conversation on with Versity Cruise. There's a flounder gig, and if you really enjoy floundering and all, join that on Facebook. But this is Versity's been one of our viewers for a long time now, and he just said, anyone on here near Choctawhatchee Bay? I was just wondering if the rain has the water stained up down there, or if it's still pretty clear. So I'm gonna read some of the answers, because it's fascinating to me what people are saying. David Mayo, I was born and raised on Choctawhatchee Bay, and I have never seen the floundering this poor. And this is coming from somebody born and raised. Versity said, it seems likely it got really bad about the time they completed the new bridge. David Mayo, the bay has been reaching record high temperatures. I feel this had a big impact, and I've had better luck in the wintertime recently. So this is coming from people who are doing it. I won't read all of it. Yes, it's bad, and there hasn't been any flounders in this bay for 6 years. I know, I've got it written down. Okay, any idea why? I believe combination of several things: runoff from fertilizer from Alabama golf course, septic tanks, and mostly oyster shells. There's no beach. That's interesting. 6 years ago, I was killing flounders every time. Anyway, I just wanted to share that conversation with you on that page there, and because this is coming from men and women who grew up in that area and know what it was like. So I haven't heard a lot of reports on floundering in Choctawhatchee Bay. So if y'all know of any other reports, let me know. But that's coming from some pretty reliable sources right there, and it's fascinating. It could be, like I say, runoff, like they said, from fertilizer and septic tanks and all. But we'll try to get to the bottom of it too. Now, let's go back. Let's go to another subject. ICAST was this past week. Gail and I didn't go to ICAST this year. We've been quite some time, probably 6 or 7 years in a row. We decided to take a break this time. All kinds of things going on, and we really enjoy it. And I've got a guest coming on the next day or two. That's been Trevor Taylor has been down there. He's going to come back and give us a report. Also, he's going to talk about a red fishing clinic on how you can catch more redfish. So that's coming up in 2 days. So anyway, I always like to look up what's best of show. They always have some of the neatest things, and when you get judged best of show, you've come out with a product that's going to be very successful. And this year, the best of show was actually a trolling motor. Okay, the ICAST 2019, the best of show, and it was actually brought in by Garmin. It was this Garmin trolling motor, and it was. And here it is, a picture. I try to get more information on it. The Garmin trolling motor right there, and obviously it must be something else to win the best of show and be a trolling motor in that situation there. So anyway, we're going to find out more about it. And they have all kind of new products. If you remember the videos, we'd always bring back. We'd bring up a couple of days worth of videos and all. So I just wanted to share that with you. I want to share one other thing with you too. I'm going to hold this up right here. Okay, can y'all see this? This is a blue tarp birdhouse, and this is special to me. In Outdoor Ed, I always get the kids to do a project. And the only rule was they just had to make something with their hands. And you've heard me talk about it over the years before, all kind of neat things. And this actually comes from my class of 2006. And what happened, that's when Ivan hit over there in Navarre. And we saw what had happened, and I just went to the principal and said, hey, can we take a bus load of these kids over there and help clean up? He said, sure. So we loaded the bus up at 6 o'clock behind the Moser Gym that morning, the following week, and had about 35 Outdoor Ed seniors. And we loaded the bus up. We had some MREs, and our deputy SRO, Tom Hedges, was behind us with a trailer and a chainsaw, and we drove over to Navarre. As we were getting close to Navarre, about 7:30 in the morning, the kids were looking and seeing these blue tarps, and they were fascinated. They'd never seen blue tarps on houses. And the closer we got to the bar, the more blue tarps. And so you understand where. So we went to the latest house and spent most of the morning cleaning up, and after had the MREs for lunch. Then went to another older latest house that didn't have any help. We cleaned up her yard and stacked up stuff and spent the day. We were dog tired by 3 o'clock, loaded the bus, and we came back. And one of the kids her project was to put a blue tarp on a birdhouse, and I just thought that was so neat. Little did I know at that time that this happened, that about 13 years later, Panama City and the rest of the Panhandle will be in the same situation where people will be coming in and helping us blue tarp houses. So we gave a lot that day, but then this past year, or this past 9 months, we've been giving a lot back. So I wish I could have a list of all the kids on that trip. And I just thought, she put little signs on it and everything, and FEMA, please help. FEMA, please help. Does that sound familiar? We survived Hurricane Ivan. Need water, food, and electricity. Is that pretty? That's the signs they saw over in the bar in 2006. But I just thought I just want to share that with you, and talking about doing good things, help other people and all. We were always willing to do that kind of stuff, and it came back to roost with us. We received some help too. So I just want to share that with y'all. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. My microphone slipped off. This is high-tech stuff over here. So how's that, Jeff? We okay? All right, real life TV. Okay, reality TV. Look, I want to talk real quick about, we got scallop season coming up. We're right around the corner. I've been in touch with the scallop team, and they're yet to get back with me. They've been real busy, but we're going to touch base with them. The one I went down last month, down to Panacea, to the lab. But anyway, I do have some results from the survey. A lot of folks down, I know this week, a lot of folks at Steinhatchee, Bill and Donna Allen, Greg and Lynn Brudnicki, William Perry and his wife, and Carl Andrews and Darylyn, they're all down in Steinhatchee for the whole week. And they called me Friday to find out what the count was. And I said, I really haven't heard. This is fascinating now. I'd have something right here. They've gone to a line graph. Remember back in the day when we first started the show, we had a bar graph, which was easier to understand, but irregardless, what they have now is a line graph since 2012. Now we're going to look at this because keep in mind, this year's, they do like 9 counties. The only 2 counties they haven't counted is Gulf County and Pasco County. Gulf County, we'll get that to you soon, which is St. Joe Bay. Now I want you to look at this chart, okay, and try to understand it because it's fascinating. And the colors, of course, it's color coded and all the lines and everything. But just look at it in general. My iPad is going wacko sometimes, so y'all bear with us. But bottom line, just look at it, the trend, the whole trend, how everything. Look in 2019. Where everything is in 2019, okay? I'm talking about way down, right down here. The only healthy county is right here, Taylor County, which is the Steinhatchee area. That's the only really sort of healthy. And look over, this is the number of scallops, okay? And we talked about the area, that triangle area, and the meters they go, and I explained that to you. I've had it on video before. I may show it to you again about what they do, but it's the same scientific format they use every year in doing their study. So it's fascinating. And they say anytime it gets below 10, especially below 2, you're on the verge of collapse of the scallops in the population. Right now, St. Andrew Bay is still closed, and a couple of Tampa Bay is closed, but the areas that are open, all these counties here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counties, okay? So the right here, gold is Franklin County. Look where Franklin County got in 2016 and went up a little bit. Now this is off Carabel, okay? Off the Carabel area. And look where it was right here. Basically collapsed, and it didn't do much better here. That's the Carabel area, Dixie County and Taylor County. Citrus County is down there around Newport Richey. But look how they get it. See, that's a green line all through here. Citrus County gets hit really hard with the amount of people coming in. And I consider myself an expert on St. Joe Bay because we've been doing it so long. And it used to be way up here. This starts in 2012. If I could go back and maybe find the records of when it first started doing it in the mid-90s, you'd see way up here, and then it just gradually worked down. And we're at this situation right here, and the numbers not good. The numbers are not good for any of the places, really. And so we got to do what we can to help out on that, and we'll get with those marine biologists pretty soon and talk to them and see what all's coming on. So I'm going to end the show today with a little flashback. It's sort of special to me because it's three. I have 5 grandkids. I call them my 5 little monkeys, and this is 3 of them here in this video. About 7 years ago, we just been scalloping, and we came back to the beach house and had them all scattered out. And even back then, 7 years ago, I was talking about just get the scallops, the big scallops, the ones you're gonna eat. Let those little scallops that we talked about as kids, telling the kids, let those little scallops, put them back. And that's the kind of mentality we have to have as conservationists and outdoorsmen to take care of this kind of stuff. So each time you go out, some people go out and just get all, we talked about it, get all the scallops they can, no matter what size. And of course the limit is 2 gallons and all. And they do have a boat limit, which is a good idea instead of doing an individual limit. They have a boat limit. It helps a lot. So anyway, as I looked at the survey last night, it's a lot of interesting stuff and all the stats and all. I won't show you all the stats, but it's fascinating. So what we're going to do, the last 45 seconds of the show, I'm going to show this little video, and I think you'll get a kick out of it because you might recognize some of the faces in there. So Jeff, let's roll this video, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Whitney.
I'm Ashley. And I'm Mason.
And we just went scalloping down at St. Joe Bay in Cape San Blas, and we got a pretty big catch, about 4.5 gallons maybe. FWC, they are doing a study about scallops. If you plan on going scalloping anytime soon, after you do that, go to fwc.com. They're going to ask you how many you caught, how many people were scalloping, how long you spent out there, how many gallons you got. And when you go there, just fill in all those and send it in, and you're good to go.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.